So guys, we are now doing part 2 of our factory tour with Jacob, indicating how they're assembled and all the hard work that goes into it. Cameras have never been in here before. No one's ever seen this. So this is exciting. We are right now in a very special place with Jacob and Valerian, and we're going to see how the very complicated movements are made of Jacob's pieces.
You could see her actually assembling one of the watches.
How long does it take to assemble?
It depends on the movement, but if we're talking about the chevron, as soon as we have all the parts, it takes 1 week to assemble it.
For one watchmaker to assemble.
But that's not including creating the parts.
No. Only to assemble the movement.
Just to assemble it. That's amazing.
This is solar that she's assembling.
This is the solar, yeah.
Absolutely fascinating. How many parts are in this movement, approximately?
Close to 400 for this one.
Isn't that something? 400 parts?
Yeah, 400 parts. The chevron is about 500.
Amazing.
All the astronomia is made in this factory.
This is the engine for the Chiron, isn't it?
So this is the movement without the case, yes. So those two movements are ready.
Looks like an engine, huh?
That's amazing. Yeah. It's so cool to see it out of the case.
To receive the case, and all those 5 here.
halfway made.
Halfway, yeah, approximately 40% ready.
Absolutely amazing.
Here is the casino.
So this is the watch that I won, that I never took delivery of.
You did, didn't you?
I did,
Casino, yeah.
Do you remember that when Michael won the role?
8! Oh my God! It's an 8! Right there!
Okay.
Let me see
You
you
got
guys
that?
I won the watch.
But that was first bet.
It was
Yeah.
the second one, unfortunately. Had it been on the first one, I would have one of these. This is crazy.
So this casino, this is astronomia over there. We have the SF24 tourbillon also.
Oil.
Oil pump.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this one I haven't seen before.
It's a brand new one. Maybe I should ask Jacob to explain for this watch.
Jacob, what is this?
Which one we see?
This one.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, this is a brand new. This is first samples actually. Will be shown this week on the show. This is called The World Is Yours. Dual time zone. It's beautiful, isn't
Beautiful. The dial is exceptional.
Yeah.
It's actually got the curvature of the world.
it? Exactly.
Am I allowed to touch it?
Yeah, can you give it to your hands? Sure.
I'm scared.
My father gave me when I was 13 years old dual time zone watch as a gift, and this is where the idea came from, and I've repeated it right now. I relaunched it.
Beautiful.
See the
piece.
back?
You see the rest of the world in the back.
That's amazing.
So nobody gets mad. Why my country is not on the map?
That was just finished this morning. So
No, this just finished this morning. Yeah.
Wow.
So these are all the
other
different
movements
steps
here.
of assembly, correct?
yes.
Yes.
Those watchmakers here are responsible to assemble the movement from A to Z. Always. Here you can see some solar movement.
Not full, not completely finished, but
But they're running,
they're already running. They're testing though. They're testing them now.
Yeah.
Yes.
and everything is done by hand.
Everything's done by hand.
So you even make the little tiny screws.
He even manufactures the screws here.
You
All right, let's
genuinely
go
need a
next.
macro lens to show the intricacy
You
of this.
really
It's
do.
so tiny.
Here, here's the small casino right here.
I mean, look at those. You can't even see them on the camera.
So this is the tourbillon cage. You can see the main plate, the balance spring, some bridges, the top plate here.
You see these tiny little tiny.
Look, there's two in front
see,
of him.
see.
Do you see those?
How small is it?
Oh, look at that.
That's so cool.
8. These are screws.
Yeah.
This is not screws. This is the anti-shock. We call it anti-shock. You know when the balance spring is moving inside the watch,
Yes.
if you drop it to the floor,
Anti-shock.
the anti-shock, the axis can break. So this part,
protects it.
exactly.
It's about a millimeter.
I don't honestly think you're going to be
How
able to
can you
see
see
it
that,
on
right?
the
I
camera.
would assume he would do that with a microscope, but he sees very well.
You have great eyes.
But go try to manufacture that little part. How do you manufacture that?
Right?
I don't get it.
The world's
CNC
tiniest
machine.
lathe.
Yeah, right? Amazing.
That's unbelievable.
Please.
Thank you.
So here we do
Having
some
fun, huh?
encasing. This is an Epic X. Maybe you can change your glass.
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Give him
Yeah.
your watch, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
So tell everybody what you're doing.
Okay, so this was I don't want to call it a prototype, Jacob.
Well, it was the first prototype. Yeah.
Very first one.
Working prototype. That's why the signature was made in silver.
White.
White.
Yeah.
And
so
then the actual production was in gold. So that's what you want to change.
Right.
To change this crystal with a gold signature.
Why? Why do you want the production one?
well, I want to keep the original one, but I want to put the production one on there.
Also, he likes gold. He likes
Clearly.
the signature in gold. So just change the crystal in the back with the signature.
Add some diamonds
Michael.
while we're doing.
Signature.
Changer la glace à l'arrière. C'est la même grandeur?
Non, c'est pas la même boîte.
Oh, this
C'est
is
une
the...
nouvelle version.
Do you have the
This is-
crystal in stock?
No, this is the different case, this one. Not the same size for the glass back.
Ah, okay.
So
We
guess
flew all the
We
way
can
here.
check and then come back later if you want to change it, but right now we have to wait. So
Okay.
maybe it's better
I
to...
can always change it in New York for you once I get the crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not a problem.
Sorry.
And I know he's not gonna leave his watch. He doesn't live without it. So I know him.
Okay, so I've seen something I want.
What is it?
How do I get this crown? I have a plain crown.
Well, I told you, give me back your whole watch and I'll update the whole thing.
You heard that, guys. You heard that.
Yeah.
So that has the diamonds in it?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah.
See, I was the prototype. And I think a sapphire inner bezel would be nice too, right?
Oh,
While
yeah.
we're at it.
The rainbow.
Rainbow one, yeah.
Yeah,
You heard that too.
we'll get that done.
It's on camera.
Well,
This is beautiful. I mean, they're all beautiful.
yeah.
So the blue, that is...
This is the
This
basic.
is the content just to protect the movement.
so it's
But
not this.
basically, if you take off the movement, it looks like this here.
Oh, I see.
Oh, this is the movement.
This is the holder.
And every piece is put together by hand.
Assembling, of course, by hand.
That's what I mean.
But the parts manufactured by machine.
And that's a finished piece.
Yeah. This is the chronograph.
The work that goes into these movements, into the watches, into just
Amazing.
amazing. So this machine is now
Doing this kind of part.
creating that part.
Not exactly this one, but this kind of part. So you see the size of the CNC machine to do the smallest part?
Amazing. What does one of these machines cost?
Close to $500,000.
You have many of them. $500,000 machine.
See the robot? You take another one?
The robot.
Yeah. Just testing.
Look at that.
There is a part, yes. It's placing the parts on the top.
But Eric, how long it takes to program this machine to do this job? Some would take 3 days too.
For this
3
one.
days.
3 days. This is 3 days to program the machine and then to set the machine 2 or 3 more days before I get the first one.
All the oil is crazy, huh? Mike.
You have no idea. Nobody will have an idea that this is what goes into it.
And then do you see as well, they can put up to 21 tools
Yeah.
in the machine. So each machine can have up to 21 stages of the process because they can tool it differently.
The robot.
So when do you start here?
Feel more like we're making space parts, spaceship parts.
It's incredible.
This is all the turning parts here. I mean the screws, pin, axes, pinion, everything is done by this kind of machines.
Can you explain to us how this works?
So you see those tubes here?
Yes.
Okay. Inside there is the material. Actually it's a stainless steel. So it's like a bar, goes through the CNC machine here, to this part here, and you can see all the oil up there. And there is tools, cutting, machining, turning. That bar came from over there.
This is the world's biggest, tiniest lathe.
Yes.
You know, you look at a lathe, a regular lathe, and the chuck is like this big, and this thing is 50 feet long, but it's got the teeniest, tiniest jaws I've ever seen.
But this is also precision.
Oh, it's insane.
To a micron. A micron.
We are talking about micron, yes. And this kind of machine can work 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. See how small is the screw?
How many screws are there? 1, 2, 3, there's like 10, 12 screws there.
Right.
I mean, you know it's small when they have to catch them in oil so they don't just zip off.
Right.
Wow. So cool.
Here we have more than 140 different kinds of machines in the factory.
And you would use all of those for one movement.
We need all of them to do all that movement that we present.
Wow.
So this is the crankshaft that's inside the engine in the Chiron. And it's made in this enormous machine to make this incredibly small piece.
And this is the machine right here.
Machine that does it. It's extraordinary, Jacob. Extraordinary. How does this work?
You program
Really?
it. You put a piece of metal in there, you program it, and it cuts it for you.
It does it.
Basically, it's the same way as the CNC machine we saw upstairs. So the bar goes through the tube here, inside the machines, and all the tools are going to machines.
Adam, look at this.
It's rooms and rooms and rooms. It's like endless.
This one goes all those three wheels here. Goes now.
Michael, it's all
here.
oil.
The electricity goes through this one
The swimming pool is
Oh, really?
and cut the stainless steel, brass, of any conductive material.
It looks like if you touch that, you'd turn into some kind of superhero.
Yeah, probably, but I don't recommend
Or the
you do.
Joker.
So see the parts here. This is all cut by these machines.
And then from here it goes to polishing.
Polishing, finishing. We
and
add
assembly.
the jowl, the pin, screws.
Imagine there's 400 parts like this in a watch.
Yeah.
Some watches, my friend, some watches go much more, 600, 650 parts. We have watches like that.
It's tiny little, tiny pieces. I mean, guys, you've no idea how small these are. And each one is critical to the operation of the watch.
Of course.
So the patience required to make a movement, it's not one person with patience, it's not two, it's 100 people. They go through all these little tiny processes, hours and hours, making these tiny micro parts, and then assembling it. Blows my mind. Could you do it, Adam?
No.
I can't either.
No.
Blows my mind.
This is the drawing for this part. And here we do the polish for the angle here,
It's finished.
plus the satin on the top here.
This is all done by hand.
Hold on by hand, as you can see.
First, the CNC machine made a piece,
Right.
and now she's finishing by hand, putting the polish and the satin finish.
This is for the pickaxe
just one
chronograph.
part.
This is one part. Huh?
Just one part. There's many parts.
A pickaxe movement, it's about 360 parts.
360.
And each piece is hand finished.
All thing.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
This is some satin, but circular satin on the top. See here, it's polished. You can see the satin circular.
All to make a watch movement, right? And again, you know, people ask, why are watches so expensive? Well, this is why. The amount of time and effort, each little piece is hours of work.
You know, by the time you make one watch, probably 200 people were involved
That's just
from
crazy.
beginning to the end.
So what are we looking at here?
So we are looking at a bridge in titanium, and that bridge has been decorated here. So we did all the angle here around the parts, polished with diamond path, and then also sand finish on the top. So you can see here, if you play with the light,
See the
how
edges,
it's
yes.
shiny.
So people are thinking about a case being polished, right? The
Right.
final finish. This is a tiny individual movement, and this is one of what 400 pieces with inside the movement. And you spend how many hours doing this?
For this one, it's about 3 to 4 hours.
Per part.
One part.
One part of 400.
One single part.
And it's inside the movement.
Yeah, you're not going to see it.
Basically going to. So what would a factory tour of Jacob Movements be without a kitchen and a private chef to just end the afternoon in spectacular fashion?
Cheers.
Cheers. Don't film me eating it. So After touring the factory, we have had the most amazing lunch catered to us by an incredible chef, and your hospitality, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And now we're going to look at some finished products in this wonderful, pan around this room, Adam, it's just incredible. Absolutely beautiful conference room. And I see
Background video.
projections of the movement, amazing, just amazing. So what do we have here, gents?
Here are some astronomy movement watches, a movement, the 3-axis tourbillon, the case back in a sapphire so you can see through.
This is first movement ever that we achieved to make rotating 1 minute revolution, and you still have 3 days, which is 72-hour power reserve.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And look at the speed. It's not. It's just running.
It's like a time lapse, right?
And it's accurate in time, of course. This shows the time. It's always face up, looking at you. The redstone is basically second hand, and this is most important, 3-ax tourbillon that's doing 1 minute rotation.
Incredible.
We try always to create something that has never been done before. You know,
Pushing the limits.
exactly, push the limits where
Push the limit for this one.
I'm sure.
this really he pushed the limits because the secret here is power reserve, and without thickening the watch, there is no extra barrel, there's no extra thickness that needed it to do this.
Very clever. And this one, you broke the rules by putting drumsticks as hands.
Well,
don't think
my
anyone's
friend,
ever done that
This
before.
is Michael Corleone, no, Michael Blake.
So guys, he's got this new thing, he calls me Michael Corleone.
Well, you're godfather. You're godfather in the watch business, so
That's so funny.
might as well call you that.
That's funny.
So then you see the oil pump, you know, from before.
Yes.
This is also all made and assembled here. You know, from the pressing this button, you have this derricks, 2 derricks, trying to get oil here. We are actually launching a smaller size this year. This is 49 millimeter. We're launching 43 millimeter.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, this is most beautiful, beautiful.
I'm taking this. This is
Yeah, this is like a candy.
Look at
Rainbow Chiron. It took a long time to do this, like 9 months to select the stones.
It is
And then,
sensational.
of course, by the pressing this button, start button, you have this
engines
16
going.
cylinder working, and you saw the parts today, how they
I did.
manufactured.
This is
So now you have a whole different view of looking at watches, because now you see how
what goes into creating
what it
them.
takes to make it.
Absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing.
And the dual time zone is so beautiful.
This is a brand new piece for you,
It's
right?
a brand new
Turn that
piece.
so-
It's 43 or 42 millimeter, I think now, and it's automatic movement, also manufactured here.
Beautiful
and
dial.
with the second hand in the center. This is the Chiron movement before you install it inside the case. This here you have Astronomia Sky in black. Then we have Astronomia Solar in this case, also unfinished movement. Then we have regular Astronomia movement here. And then we have here, we have the white gold oil pump. And here, this is very interesting watch. This is based on South Pole and North Pole, and this is a partnership with Johann Ernst. He brought this stone, for example, whatever is on the center, he brought me a rock from the very tip of the Everlast. A piece of it is installed on top. He brought me the water from South Pole and North Pole, and this is the, you have some of that water in here.
Amazing.
Installed into this watch. This is very special astronomia.
And there's one more thing.
Yeah.
I have to show your watch, the watch that you are wearing. So this
Prototype.
is something that the world has never seen before.
Right.
Nobody's ever achieved
Never
this.
seen. We donating this watch, this very first movement to Only Watch this fall. This is the prototype actually. So
But this is the
is
world's
4 acts.
first 4-axis turbine, correct?
Yes, it's a world first 4-axis turbine, yes.
And it's rotating once a minute.
What an achievement. Well, gentlemen, I cannot thank you enough. This has been a mind-blowing experience. Thank you so much for the hospitality and showing us everything. Again, cameras have never seen this before, so this is another world first.
This
and we
was
thank
time
you,
for you to
Jacob.
see, yes. This was a great day for you to spend.
And there's another episode following this one of some other goodies, so we'll get to that one next.
One more stop, yes.
So we hope you enjoyed this. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. We're in it to win it. This won it. Bye.